Hey guys, how you doing? I'm okay. Just woke up a little while ago. Hair's a mess. I'm a mess. I thought, who cares? I'm an old lady. Who gives a rat's ass what I look like? Well, I do, but eh. So if I take off my, I have one. I'd have one of them. Oh my God, it looks like a mohawk. Oh, that's a look. Now that, look at that. Put the hood back on. Okay. Wait a minute. Do I have a hat? Hold on. Okay, that's better. I'm just having fun, guys. I'm just having fun, okay? Having my coffee. I made it this morning. It tastes like crap, but I'm drinking it anyway. I can't make a good cup of coffee to save my butt, okay? I don't care if I do it instant, perk, do whatever. I have a have a friend from England, and she refuses to drink my coffee. Right? We'd have coffee every morning at her house. Because my coffee sucks. She said, "You can't make good coffee." Yeah, and she's English, and she's used to tea, for crying out loud. Okay. Anyway, hey Susan, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Uh, uh, yeah. Someday I'll get down to see you. I promise. But anyway, I thought today I would answer a few questions. Um, unless, ooh, okay, about this crazy thing. Okay, this is the side I showed you. Wait a minute. No, is it? Yeah. This is the side I showed you, right? Pink. This is the other side. Oop. It's a little darker pink. And the gray doesn't look so gray on the other side. So you could basically wear this either way, front or back, because it's the same dimensions, front and back. And I did this ombre, okay, because it has different tone color shades of gray, okay. Can you see that? Yeah. So I think I'm going to omit the dark color and see how that works. I'm going to go ahead and finish it. It's all I can do to keep from ripping that thing up because I'm not sure I like it. I don't know. I can't make up my mind yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. Didn't mean to come down on your back. Um, Anyway, yeah, I agree that the darker gray isn't the best choice, but I was working with what I could find. Anywho, that's that. I think I answered uh, the question about most people didn't like the dark gray, and I agree. And so I'm gonna, but it does look lighter on the other side, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it and show you what it looks like finished. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I'm not wearing it. Please. Yeah, I'd look like I don't know what, some kind of blimp. I like to wear things that don't prove I'm fat, okay? Uh, you know, keep people still guessing. What, is she fat or is she not fat? I don't know. Okay, anyway. So, um, I'm still on the road on I-10 West. I didn't get very far yesterday because of the rain. Ugh. So I stopped at the Denny's uh, that has a the Flying J truck stop that has a Denny's parked real not, real quiet. It's just, but I'm on the path where all the truckers take to get to uh, Denny's. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't like to be so far out that no one will hear me if I scream. Ah, okay. What else? Um, oh, I can see you now. Okay. I had a question about. I did a video the other day about what would make a person live in your van, or why do you do things you do. But I didn't answer the specific eh, specific question. Why do I live in my van in the first place? Um, so the Reader's Digest version is married for, oh shit, I can't even remember. Well, we were apart, let's just say 35 years and call it a day, okay? 35 years. All of a sudden, he is not wanting to be married anymore. Okay. So he leaves. I end up getting an apartment with my kids, two of my kids, and we're okay. Uh, and my brother happened to come down and visit me, and he says, "Hey, sis, why don't you come up to Tennessee and hang with me for about a month?" I said, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." So I took a bunch of stuff to work on because I was working at that time. So I took my stuff and I went up there for a month, and I decided I liked Tennessee a hell of a lot better than Florida, okay? I talked to my kids and I said, I will continue to pay my third of the rent, but I'm not going to be here. Is that okay with you? And they said, yeah, that'd be all right. So that's what I did until the lease was up, and they wanted to move somewhere else. So we were good. So, anywho, uh, I'm up in Tennessee, staying with my brother, and uh, I said, well, I can't stay with my brother forever. I got to get out, I got to get out and get my own place. So he had an RV, okay? No, no, not an RV, a trailer, a 31-foot trailer. And I said, I will buy that off of you and I'll go live in a campground. That would suit me just fine. So that's what I did. And I was making payments on it. And uh, then I got sick. No, 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 that's not how it went. No, I was making payments on it, having a good time, and then my ex decided not to pay me any more child support. Or not child support, alimony. Because he was paying me child support when he just left, okay? And he told me he would continue that money as alimony until our divorce came through, and then would figure all that out. So I said, okay. So he decides, I don't want to pay her anymore. And so I couldn't make enough money to afford the camper payment and the campground payment and everything else. And I chose to, instead of them repoing it, I I wrote them a letter and said, I cannot afford to pay this price anymore. Uh, will you please come and get the camper and sell it for what you can? And they said, okay. And they were real nice about it. They erased the debt from my, they call it a wash or whatever it is. Anyway, I went back into my brother's house and then I got cancer. Went through the radiation, chemotherapy, all that crap. And then I wanted to get back to camping. And I was trying to talk my brother into buying an RV. And Dave, why are you busting your ass mowing this huge yard? Yeah, it takes him 2 days to mow a yard. He has 3 days off and then he has to start all over again, right? So I said, why don't you guys buy an RV and just travel? Well, they did. They did, and they said, okay, sis, so we're going to buy an RV. They sold the house. So that meant, okay, yeah. So I was mentioning to Patty one day that, oh man, I could live in your van, because I had a car. And I said, man, I could live in your van. And she says, well, why don't you trade me your car for my van? We'll swap. Because she wanted to give a vehicle to some friends of hers. And I said, well, probably mine would be better, So we swapped vehicles, and I moved into the van. And I can remember the day that we drove down their driveway. It was a 500-foot driveway downhill, to go out onto their private road. And I'm thinking, wow, someone listened to me. Who knew? Unfortunately, their RV was not the best of quality, so they said, hell with this life, we'll move back into a house. But I didn't want to go back into the house with them. And so I just stayed in the van. Now people ask me, why don't I move in with my kids? Okay. I'm just flat out tell you, okay. One of my children would treat me like a 5-year-old. I'm not going to say which one on any of these. One would treat me like a 5-year-old. I'd have, it'd be horrible. And then if I didn't do what they said, I'd probably find myself in a home. They said, okay, Mom, we'll make sure you're in a nice home. Yeah, okay. No, thank you. Anyway, that's one of my children. The other child, the place is not big enough for me to be there, okay? It's a tiny, teeny little apartment, okay? One of my kids have 6 children, and that whole living arrangement with her ex-husband, I don't understand, but that's what they like, and that's what they're going with. And they moved to, it's a big ordeal. It's just there's not enough room for me, okay? Which I'm okay with. I understand totally. And the other child is teaching me a lesson, and not hasn't talked to me for how many years? How many years? I don't know, like five, 5 to 7 years. He hasn't talked to me because I took his dad to court for alimony, and he's teaching me a lesson by not speaking to me. So what are you going to do? So that's why I don't live with my children. You know, I don't hate any of them or anything that, shit, what am I going to do? I am pissed at my ex-husband for not doing the man up and be a man instead of a big old baby having to have your way all the time. And you think you're teaching me a lesson too by not giving me any money. Well, up yours, buddy. Yeah, I'm doing just fine without you or your alimony. Okay, you'll get it in the end. Okay, maybe literally if things go the way I want them to. Wonder about that, buddy. Wonder about that. Okay. Anyway, uh, so I'm happy living in my van. Other than, like I said, that uh, I don't have enough room for my crafts, and I do miss because I'm all about making stuff. I just can't stand sitting there doing nothing. I gotta make something. So yeah, that's why I chose van life. Yeah, and I'm pretty cool with it. I'm pretty cool with it. Nothing's perfect all the time. Nothing's perfect. I mean, people go on vacation to go camp, because they need to get away from the daily crap that you have to do living in a house, okay, or an apartment. Well, I'm the same way. I go and visit friends. I do sleep in the van if it's not too hot or cold, but I will go hang out with my friends, in their house. So I hope that clears up some questions that anybody might have. And that's about it. So you guys take it easy. Take the long way home.